We're back. It's a week till Woodward Dream Cruise. We're just getting started hooking up all the stuff on Greg's Nova. So stick around and see what we got going on here. So it's Saturday, 1 week from the Woodward Dream Cruise. We got the trans in, the torque converter, the bolts are in, the trans lines, the cross member, which had to be modified for shifter cable clearance, the drive shaft. There were two caps missing on the U-joint, so we had to go hunt down a U-joint. And what do you ask for at the parts store when you got a 63 Nova with a Ford 9-inch rear end out of a Lincoln Versailles or a Ford Granada in it? But thankfully, I know the guys at United Auto Parts know what they're doing down there, and with their help, we got it figured out, and we're on the road. Also, we went to Detroit Performance Center and bought 100 amp alternator for the deal, and we're making good progress for a car that's been put together before. We're having to re-engineer a few things to make it better, but the clock is ticking. We hope to have it running by tomorrow night. Greg putting the final touches on the alternator with the great alternator belt controversy. It was 8:58 last night, and we were in line at AutoZone getting belts, and neither of us had our wallets on us. So that put us in a delay for this morning. I'm putting the finishing touches on the wiring. I'm gonna have 4 switches right here: ignition, fuel pump, water pump, and fan. Here's all the wires for that stuff. It's a day of. We got another hour or so before we're planning on leaving. It's a lofty goal, but we should make it.
All right, a little history on the car here. I bought the car in early May of 2001. My son Drew was born on May 31st of 2001. So obviously he is now 24 years old. There's been several times where I've made attempts to get this car running and on the road. I've had the engine in and out of it a couple of times. It always seems to have been some sort of failure. And finally now, after 24 years, I'm really hoping that this is what will do the trick and be able to finally drive this car for the first time after 25 years of having it sit in my garage, my driveway, friends' houses. The only real main reason why it wasn't done when I initially started in 2001 was I had set a budget for the car, and when I had reached that budget, I couldn't justify putting any more money into it at the time because I had a young family starting, and 2 years later, my daughter Renee was born, and the whole project just kind of got mothballed because, life and family and other financial and personal obligations, the me having a cool hot rod was
Low on the list of priorities.
yeah, it just wasn't on the priority list for me and the family at the time. So now the kids are grown, had some other life changes happen, and now I'm able to spend a little bit of time and a little bit of money, hopefully get this thing going.
Today is the 30th Woodward Dream Cruise. And if we have to push, pull, or drag this thing, it's going today. Welcome back to Glenn's Hot Rod Garage. Here we got Greg's 63 Chevy Nova SS, 355, small black Chevy, old school camel humps, dart intake, 750 Holly Dominator, turbo 350, 10-inch converter. It's ready to ride. Craig's been a friend of mine for a long time, probably longer, just as long as he's owned this car, and I want to see him get this out. He's had some personal issues for the past year or so, but he's past them now, and everything's getting better. So our goal is to make this to the Woodward Dream Cruise, no matter what, and we'll see you there, Long Lake and Woodward. Peace. You know how you're almost done with your project? You're down to your last zip tie. We just about got this thing wrapped up here, and be back in a minute. Fire it up. Oh yeah. That's it. Been hard at it. We're ready to fire this thing up. We turn on the fuel pump, try to get some gas through the carburetor, and of course the Dominator that was ran and sat for probably about 6 or 7 years now since it ran last. The fuel pump is locked up on it. The accelerator pump, rather. Excuse my English. So I took some carb cleaner and sprayed out all the high-speed air bleeds in the carburetor, and we're going to take this float bowl off and put a needle and seat in it and accelerator pump, and we should be back in action after that, we hope. Didn't seem to have nothing wrong with the rear float, so we'll get this taken care of, and then we'll try to fire her up. From left to right: ignition, fuel pump, water pump, and fan. It's on regular, the dome light's on, dude. The dome light works! Ignition. Fuel pump, water pump, and don't run these while you're cranking it the same amount of battery, or them up afterwards. I'll get the gas now, but as soon as it starts, you want to have it at like 2,500 and leave it there. So make sure first and foremost you got good oil pressure. All right, here goes nothing. Flip that switch. Flip that switch. No, the ignition switch. The other way. Yeah. Like you have an exhaust leak. Oh, the oil that we bought and everything is installed. That's for the oil change. Exhaust leak, yeah, bad. Fired right up. So down is on and then on that. I was afraid of that. That's something we can fix later. So far, one bolt is probably impossible to get at. This the whole header that's cut. Possible that there's a loose spark plug. I don't feel any loose spark plugs. Started it down, see? Well, that's the right idea, but watch the oil pressure. It's coming out of the intake. Coming out of the exhaust crossovers and the intake. Someone poured through them. That blows. Yeah. Well, generally that doesn't matter because the intake covers it. Want to go get a set of intake gaskets? Gaskets, get gaskets that don't have those, or they should come with stuff. We used what was on there and it was used. Do I have a set? I doubt it. Hey, welcome back to Glenn's Hot Rod Garage. This is how you get your engine running on Woodward Dream Cruise Saturday. Peace.